Rosselli Northern supports upstate New York construction with over 400 employees, 250 trucks, 9 ready-mix plants, 4 blacktop plants, and 40 aggregate mines. But their most important number is your bottom line. Contact them today to see why Rosselli Northern has been the choice for contractors and project managers across upstate New York since 1929.
I'm Jim Sinicropi inside the FLX studios in Seneca Falls, New York. We got a great show today. We have Dustin Coleman and Justin Ward of Between the Lakes Barbecue in studio, and they brought food to sample, and it smells great in here, so can't wait to start to taste some of the offerings they have at Between the Lakes Barbecue. But first, this episode of FLX Weekly is brought to you by the Lux Hotel and Conference Center. The Lux Hotel and Conference Center is the next great location for your overnight stay, wedding event, reception, meeting space, and more. With on-site food and beverage at Woody's Bar and Grill, you'll find everything you're looking for in one spot at the Lux Hotel. Contact them today and inquire about your next opportunity. And also, Seneca Falls Acupuncture. Springtime allergies got you down? Research shows acupuncture can help relieve seasonal allergy symptoms, including itchy, watery eyes, sneezy, congestion, sinus headache, and more. If you're struggling to enjoy the warmer weather because your allergy symptoms kick up as soon as you're outside, give acupuncture a try. You can book online at SenecaFallsAcupuncture.com. So let's get to it. Barbecue in Romulus and now in the studio. Welcome, Dustin and Justin. Justin and Dustin of Between the Lakes. So Justin, tell us a little bit, first of all, the passion for barbecue cooking and how it led to this new business. It's been around for about a year, right?
Yeah, we've been going on a year now. Been barbecuing all our lives. Dustin and I for years. Last spring, my wife kind of pushed me, start going through, getting the license to start doing some catering and stuff. And then we got some really good feedback from that, so we started. I had a friend from Wyckoff Farms, Todd Wyckoff, tell me, you guys should come down and set up in the farm stand. So one Saturday we brought a whole bunch of barbecue down and sold a bunch of barbecue, and we ended up doing that all last summer, and it was a really great time. Had a gentleman approach us about an opportunity to open up down here in Romulus, and we're just in the finishing phases of being all set to go there.
Yeah, the restaurant kind of just fell into our lap, really. We didn't really plan that. We were at Boundary Breaks, I believe, when we got the call, doing an event for them, and his uncle was doing some work for the guy and just said, hey, you guys got any interest in opening up a restaurant down here? So ever since then, we've been going at it down there, and now we're, selling out of the restaurant a little bit, to-go style, until we get our kitchen done and get dining, and we've been doing very well, So
you guys have been catering, doing, showing up at wineries, with that mobile aspect, but now you're open for takeout right now at the location, which is, I should mention, 5018 Route 89 in Varick. It's about, a half mile north of Ernsberger Road?
Yeah, something like that.
Just north of Ernsberger and Lakeshore Winery.
Yeah, so it's kind of set, Romulus is kind of out there, but that is actually kind of central, especially when you're talking about dealing with wineries and, you got a lot south, a lot north, so plenty of opportunity there. Who does the cooking? Both of you guys do the cooking, or?
We both have our specialties for sure, but yeah.
So, what's your specialty?
I like to do the cornbread. I do a lot of the prep stuff for the shotgun shells. The beans are a big hit with everybody. I make all the beans, and we both make rubs and sauces together, and so. Justin he's got control of the smoker, and he's the brisket guy for sure. So everybody loves our brisket.
And where did you learn this stuff? Is it running the family? Something you taught yourself?
Yeah, everywhere, right? The Sportsman's Club.
Yeah, I mean, since I was little, doing chicken barbecues with my dad and.
Like Cooneytown? Sportsman Club?
South Seneca Sportsman's Club when we were
Okay.
kids. We, growing up,
Yeah.
spent a lot of time there watching those old timers with all their barbecue techniques, and
Yeah.
then YouTube like everyone else.
Right, yeah.
now,
Oh,
and
hey.
then you just kind of develop your own style from all of that, and
Yeah, like you said earlier, we've kind of been doing it for the 20 years, just
Right.
hanging out together, just let's try this weekend, let's try
That's
this.
how you do it, right? Time tested and experimentation.
Yeah.
And always trying to get better. I learned to cook from, both my grandmothers were great cooks in different ways, and that's one way, I learned. But I've always struggled with barbecue because I think it's more of a science. Like, you really need to focus. Say, okay, I'm going to become a great barbecue chef, and you got to kind of stay in that lane to really perfect it. And there is a lot out there of different styles and techniques. Is there anything that you guys feel like you're known for, a specific type of oven or technique?
we're wood smoking. I mean, we do it as true as we can.
I guess you could say it's kind of like a Texas style, like a dry.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
don't put a lot of sauce on our stuff.
No, there's no sauce on like the brisket or ribs or anything. Everything's our own rubs, and then I mean it's a lot more tending to the fire and everything. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah, we pull a few all-nighters here and there.
yeah.
Yeah, as far as barbecue goes, it seems like as you travel around the country, whether it's North Carolina, Texas, or even out west, everybody's got a style. But here in upstate New York, it's kind of a blend of everything.
Right.
Like, it's some you don't see a lot of the Carolina, but it certainly is an option up here some places. But I think in New York, because we're taken from all these other regions, that we're not like beholden to be one style. Like, if you open up a barbecue restaurant in North Carolina and you're putting the ketchup base or the tomato base sauce on stuff, people are gonna be like, this ain't barbecue,
Right.
But up here, you really can be free to, kind of develop your own thing.
Sure.
So
Yeah, we like doing like right now we're doing different specials every weekend. So we've been trying different sandwiches. Like for Super Bowl, we did some like Kansas City style ribs.
oh,
We
great.
did the sticky sauce on them and
Yep.
stuff. So we like to change our ways and throw something different in there every now and then. So
Right.
Well, I can't wait much longer here. You got some great food to my left here. And what should I start with?
I'd start with that brisket melt myself.
Yeah, get that melt in you.
So, brisket melt. What? Tell me a little bit about how this thing comes together.
So we decided that we were going to set up for Bacon on the Lake in one weekend.
Oh, yeah, Cuba Lake Wine Trail.
Right. So we tried to figure out a few things that were, had bacon in them that would be different. You wouldn't get anywhere else, and also showcase our barbecue. So that's our smoked brisket, pulled all apart and then served with thick cut cheddar cheese, homemade bacon and onion jam, and on a sourdough.
Oh, yeah, you can taste the beautiful tender brisket, that onion jam. And that's a good sandwich.
Well, yeah, I mean, after we did the bacon and the Lakin thing, people were just coming up asking for the bacon jam. So we decided we might want to do that again. So we did it again this past weekend for, of course, for the big eclipse and all that. So it was a hit again.
Yeah, that is fantastic. And the bacon jam really does pull it all together with the cheese in that brisket. Oh, man, that's good. I got to put it down for a second. Otherwise, we won't be able to talk. And a couple barbecue sauces here, too. I might sample sweet barbecue and mustard barbecue. These are two main sauces?
It's two of them. We just we kind of just picked a few of them to bring up for you that are usually a pretty big hit. We do a spicy barbecue as well, ivory barbecue, a red wine barbecue. But I mean, our gold sauce, a lot of people love that. And then our sweet sauce is a very different sweet sauce than you're going to get at a lot of other places.
Oh, that mustard sauce is fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I told them to grab that. I'm like, grab that mustard sauce. I love that one.
Fantastic. I just have another.
And they're all homemade, so like we make our own sauces,
Right.
all of our own rubs.
That's got to be a top seller, right?
We're told it's got to be put on the menu.
Yeah, they said full time.
Once we get the restaurant really going, I mean, we plan on having our main menu and then doing the same thing, having sandwiches, different things that people have liked over the past few weeks. And
Yeah, we'll be able to open up a little more. Right now, we're still cooking out of our commissary at the Interlake and Sportsman's Club. So that's a lot of preparation work at a different site. Just have to bring down for the weekend. And we're still selling as a barbecue stand out of out of what will be the restaurant. So yeah, it'll be a lot more wide open as soon as we finish in the next few weeks. As soon as we finish our kitchen renovation up.
So speaking of that, like, how much, you're cooking, you're procuring the food, you're making your own sauces, and you're renovating the restaurant. Are you guys doing the work yourself inside the restaurant?
Yeah.
Right.
We're putting some hours in right now.
Yeah. Plus, I own a campgrounds down there too that I'm just opening up too. So
Okay. Well, hey, when you're doing it for yourself, it's your own business.
Yeah.
You never stop working because
Right.
doesn't feel like work.
we have a great time. Like I said, we've been good friends for a long time, so we have a great time doing it. And
How'd you meet each other?
oh boy, I don't know if we can tell that story.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great story there.
No, yeah.
Actually, mutual friends. I think we were hanging out
Yeah, I
in the
got home from
garage.
the service, and Dustin, we were hanging out in the garage, and then Dustin and I started kind of doing our own thing, and we barbecued really hard every Sunday for years now, for football season.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been a big thing, and
Yeah.
we really we like to mix it up with traditional barbecue, and then just make stuff that you'll never, have anywhere else. And we started doing that with ourselves, and then we kind of last year started trickling that into this and for different things, catering events, and we have awesome feedback from all that. And so,
And as you can tell, we're not two tiny guys either, so we like to eat.
Well, you can't trust a skinny
quality
barbecue
control's
chef,
huge
right?
with us.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Did you guys grow up around here? Go to high school in
I grew up in
Romulus, South
Ovid,
Seneca?
yeah.
Ovid?
Yep.
South Seneca then?
Yeah, we both did, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And what years did you graduate?
I graduated 01.
Okay.
I graduated in 2006.
All right. Well, a little younger than me, but a little older than most, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like I mentioned, I love to cook, and I've tried cooking briskets. They're fine, my brisket,
Yeah.
But is there some tricks or of the trade to make a good brisket?
Yeah.
Don't make plans because you never know.
Yeah.
how
Right.
long it's
Right.
gonna
Right.
take.
Patience. Right. That's
Slow and
I
low?
was gonna tell you. Yeah.
Slow and low, yeah, and just don't rush it. Once it,
No, ride the stall out. Sometimes it could be an hour. We've had it be 4, 5, 6 hours that we've sat there at, the same
we've jinxed
temperature.
ourselves. We've
Yeah.
jinxed ourselves a lot of times saying, "Hey, we're gonna get out here early," and then
I'll be home for dinner, honey.
nope.
Any tips for finding a good piece of meat at the grocery store, or what do you look for when in a nice piece of brisket to start with? Like you trim the fat, you leave the fat
we
on?
trim it down ourselves. Everyone trims their brisket differently, right? We try to leave a 1/4 inch on the bottom side of our brisket of fat because you don't want it to dry out, so you're not trying to take all of that away. It's part of the flavor. It is. It's just a process. You have to do a bunch of briskets. You have to.
We also don't waste a lot of that fat either. We
Right.
render it down for tallow. We baste it with that, so that really helps keep the tenderness too.
We use that in a lot of our barbecue. We reuse that for a lot of that. So things don't go to waste.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a bite of this cornbread here before I do. Excuse me. Anything else? I love cornbread. I love a little barbecue on there too.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sweet sauce on the cornbread will be all right.
Moist. Yeah, it's perfect cornbread. It's got a little sweetness to it too. A little more than maybe your average cornbread.
Yeah, a little sweeter instead of like a dry, grainy cornbread.
Yeah. Oh man. No cornbread. Gotta be careful here. So next up here, what are these called? This is something unique. I've never had anything like this before. It's like a barbecue manicotti, right? What do you call it?
So that's our shotgun shell. That is manicotti stuffed with hot sausage, cream cheese, and cheddar cheese, wrapped up with bacon, and then we smoke that low and slow, and we just hit it with our spicy barbecue sauce the whole time.
All right, let's have a bite. Oh man, that's awesome. These things wouldn't last at a party.
Yeah.
With the barbecue and the fact that I think the manicotti shell is actually being cooked down.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a little sticky and firm. I mean, it's not like a manicotti that you'd have with pasta and ricotta, and it's got a little more firmness to it.
Sure.
A bacon wrap too doesn't hurt, right?
That never hurts anything, right?
And what's in the filling?
That's hot sausage, cream cheese, and cheddar cheese.
Yeah, that's great.
It's usually a race between that and the brisket to
Yeah.
the sellout with the first thing to be sold out every day.
Well, I've never seen anything like this. Usually in barbecue, when you think pasta involved, it's like a macaroni salad, you know,
Yeah, mac and
on a side. But this thing, it could be a main dish.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be.
People,
I think
yeah.
it blew up on like YouTube or something. You know, it was one of those things we saw, and we just started like, you know, making our own. We made our own mixture to go inside of it and did it a different way, and then we just added like the glazing it with our own sauce, and
We've had people come up and say, "Oh, I tried to make those before," and
it's time
can't do it,
consuming
yeah.
and it can
It
be
is time.
frustrating.
It can be
Yeah.
time consuming. Yeah, it's one of those things you don't see in a lot of menus because you do put a lot of work into it.
Right,
so.
right. And then after they're assembled, they go into a smoker, or
Yep.
Yeah, we smoke them. Yep. Then we glaze them when they get to, once the bacon renders down a little bit and starts to wrap around them tight. And we mop them, mop sauce, and
absolutely delicious. And then you have your bacon jam here, which is made in house.
That is. Yep.
And you know how, like, how do you what goes into a bacon jam? Bacon, obviously, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Bacon, some bacon, onion, and garlic, some balsamic vinegar, and a little black coffee.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little brown sugar.
Yeah.
can definitely taste the garlic, and yeah, that's great. So, I mean, to me, barbecue is about the quality that you're cooking the meat, but then the sauces and the condiments. You know, you can sit down. If I was at barbecue restaurant, I'd have both of these. I'd be double fisted, with the sauces and the bacon jam. And you absolutely do need a good cornbread, and this cornbread is perfect.
Yeah, that's like your good sweet treat at the finish,
Yeah.
you know? You eat your meat, you knock out your sides, and you're kind of just like not sure if you want dessert, but you get to hammer down on some sweet cornbread.
Yeah, some people just show up, they want a side of cornbread, They just-
So you guys have been doing this for about a year now.
Yeah.
Anything you learned from the start till now?
Yeah, we learn every single day still.
Yeah, we had a philosophy early on when we started to get better each time, like just to get more efficient, make our time count more, be more time efficient. And I think we've come a long way, like both of us, just learning, each skills that we both have. You do this because you do it well, and
Yeah, we don't really have to speak too much to each other in the
No.
kitchen. We kind of know every time, like every week when we start prepping, we know who's going to do what, and it all comes together at the end.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
guys both seem to share the same amount of passion for it too. That can also be trouble sometimes in a partnership, where one guy's into it a little more than the other. But you guys are both seem like you're all in. Good
yeah,
team.
yeah, definitely. It's great. I mean, we're really lucky. We've got super supportive families on both sides. Whether it's coming down and helping us out with anything, or dealing with us being days on end, where between smoking and prep and service that we're not around. So
And then the weekends, I imagine you're doing a lot of these winery, the mobile stuff on the
Right.
weekends, probably.
right.
Yeah. So you mentioned football. You guys are football fans. Got a favorite team?
I'm a Bears fan. I hate to say it.
Wow.
I'm a Bears fan. Yeah.
No, God bless you.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's a long haul every year, but
Yeah.
I support them every time. So
You think they're going to draft Caleb Williams?
I don't know what they're gonna do.
I mean, I would scare me as a Bears fan. They've just whiffed so many times on the big draft picks.
I know. I kind of hope they trade down and take Jaden Daniels, honestly, but
Well,
we'll see.
some of the best quarterbacks of the past 10, 15 years have come later in rounds. It's
True.
the top guys expensive, and you're missing out on other opportunities. How about you?
I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars?
fan,
How did that
I didn't
happen?
want to say that too loud.
Tom Coughlin?
Yeah, all the way back. Yeah, when I was a kid, my parents had season tickets to Syracuse games. I watched Donovan Darius play D-back up there.
Nice.
He got picked up, went down there, and I was like, that was right when they came in the league. I was
So
like,
Donovan
yeah,
Darius was the reason.
he's the reason. And then, the Tom Coughlin thing didn't hurt. And then,
Right.
I mean, I was very, I got to meet all those guys when I was little, and I mean, I was really hooked from then on. It's been a pretty painful relationship.
Yeah, I went to Syracuse, and I don't think I was there in the early '90s, so it was like Marvin Graves was
Sure.
the quarterback, yeah, those years they were actually maybe better at football than basketball. Basketball was on probation when I was there for 1 year, which is disappointing. But yeah, I mean, I became a Giants fan I'm not a huge Giants fan. I actually kind of like the Bills now, and I used to hate the Bills when back in the day when they played the Giants in the Super Bowl. But the reason was because I was a huge Joe Morris fan when he went to Syracuse, and then he went to the Giants. So, and my dad always liked the Giants. So, yeah, how'd you become a Bears fan?
It's something I grew up, the '85 Bears, obviously. So
Yeah,
they were on TV, and I grew up watching Ditka and those guys, and I just loved. I don't know, I just loved how they played, and I wish I could say I still love how they play. But I mean, they've had their moments. They went to the Super Bowl in '05.
Yep.
Lost to Peyton Manning, but
Devin Hester.
Yeah, Devin Hester. I'm a huge Brian Urlacher fan. Used to love watching Urlacher play.
Yeah, I loved drafting him on my fantasy teams. We would use defensive players, and I loved to rack up the tackles.
Yep.
But the beauty of the NFL is if you're down and out now, it's an easy, quick turnaround. It seems. Just look at what the Houston Texans did last year.
Yeah.
This isn't a sports talk show, but we're eating barbecue, talking football with these guys.
Yeah, that's okay with us.
So summer's coming. You find more opportunity in the summer than the winter for your cooking?
Oh, for sure, yeah. We took over the restaurant pretty much in October, November last year, so we struggled through the hard part of the winter, and it's summertime's coming, so we're looking forward to, we have a huge space out. We have a pavilion with picnic tables all underneath it and picnic tables outside, so we're really looking forward for the nice weather and maybe getting some music down there and drawing people in that way. So, yeah, the summertime's definitely going to be a bigger hit for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're all waiting for that.
Yeah.
But, it is a sign of spring. I got my Masters jacket on because it's Masters starts tomorrow. That's always a good sign of spring. We had opening day of baseball a couple weeks ago.
Yesterday was beautiful.
Yeah. You know what? It's been pretty nice for the past 4 or 5 days, except for the eclipse. For the 2 hours of the eclipse, it got cloudy. I don't know if you guys tried to watch that, but that was really disappointing.
Well, the traffic by our place really helped us on the eclipse day, though, because they were dead stopped on 89 right in front of a restaurant. So some people
got
pulled
hungry
right
and
in.
couldn't move.
Yeah, hey, that's not bad. It is kind of wild what happened, and I do feel bad for a lot of those people that traveled because we were expecting to have sunny skies, and then it just clouded right up.
Yeah.
It got dark. That was cool, I guess, but
It was cool. Yeah, it was cool. We all stood outside and watched it, and 30 seconds of.
It was neat to listen to the birds get super quiet,
Yeah, and then and then the lake itself. I saw some boats out on the lake. I saw some really cool pictures of the eclipse, but you couldn't see the thing happening. You had those glasses. You didn't even need them.
Yeah.
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 So, but yeah, that's kind of cool that you guys got some pop-up business, and with something like this, when the food's this good, and I tell you, this is fantastic. I would drive an hour for this. Word of mouth is probably what's going to really get you going.
Yeah.
Especially when you start offering dining.
That's pretty much all we've used so far. Facebook at word of mouth, and
Just try to be as
great.
consistent as possible. Yeah.
So, like you say, it's been 1 year. So second year kind of starting off right now, and you guys are underway. Any other things that you offer that you didn't bring in today, like any chicken, pork?
Yeah, we do all of that. We do our pulled pork.
is very good. Yeah,
Right.
Ribs. We've done
Ribs. Yeah.
We've done St. Louis style. We did some baby back ribs here recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do chicken barbecue. We do a smothered chicken with our ivory sauce, which is a white sauce.
We're actually doing that this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be one of our specials this weekend.
Is there any barbecue that you ever had in your travels? You mentioned you were in the service, Army, Marines,
I was in the
Navy? Navy?
Yeah.
So you're on a boat?
I was on a boat the whole time. Yeah, I was on the USS Truman.
Tough to get barbecue on a boat, right?
There's no barbecue. You're eating Heinz barbecue on stiff chicken nuggets,
Is there anything, though, that you guys have had that really inspired you, elsewhere, other states or even in the area here?
Yeah, both other states and in the area. We make it a point to travel around and eat all the barbecue around here. We want to see what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
We've had some good barbecue, We've definitely had stuff where we took what they were doing and kind of added our own twist to it.
Right.
Yeah, we get different ideas from different people, different shows on YouTube, like you was talking about. you know. But we did just talk about like maybe during the winter time, maybe we'll take a couple months and slow down, you know, when it is cold and blowing snow, and maybe take a little trip down south and
Right.
you know,
Start hitting different, right?
do a little
Carolina
barbecue
and
tour,
Memphis
so.
and Texas and work.
Yeah, I remember when I was at school at Syracuse, I had a friend from North Carolina, so we went down December my freshman year because we could play golf down there still. And he's like, hey, you want to order barbecue? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And so he ordered it, and then this car came with a pig on top and brought in the barbecue. I opened it up, and it was like all white, you know, like it was, there's no like barbecue sauce. I'd never seen anything like it. But it was good. That was my first, you know, exposure to anything different that didn't have, you know, like a tomato-based sauce on it that would be called barbecue. But it is grilling season for everybody. I got a smoker. My wife doesn't eat meat, so I'm really, you know, I don't get many chances to cook a brisket or anything. Do a lot of seafood, do a lot of trout on my smoker. That's my favorite thing, is to smoke some trout. But, you know, when I do have people over, that's usually when I'll try to make some meat. And I'm inspired to maybe try to do something similar to what you've done here with the shooters with the manicotti. That's really unique, and it seems like a, you know, a fun way to for a party, you know.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and you can stuff it with whatever you want, you know. It's buffalo chicken dip and everything like that, you know. It still turns out great every time.
Well, fellas, I thank you so much for coming up and stopping in and bringing us lunch. It was fantastic. I'll totally look forward to getting down when you're opening your dining room for now and come in and take out. So if I'm ever driving up Route 89, I might pop in and grab something to go. But other than that, we'll find you at some of your hot spots, wineries and stuff over the weekends, over the coming months.
Yeah, we'll be May 4th. We'll be at Watershed Brewing. We have some dates. We'll be at Lucas Winery for some of their naughty nights.
Yeah, Boundary Breaks does their Saturday night music.
Right.
We got a couple
Yeah,
of them
Boundary
booked, so.
Breaks. Yeah, you'll be able
But
to
other than
catch us
that,
all
yeah,
around. Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays right now, 11 to 6 is our schedule down at the restaurant. So
11 to 6 on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
Stop in again. If you want to pop it into your GPS, it's 5018 Route 89 in Varick. Or you say it comes up as Varick, but it's
It'll
actually
pop up
Romulus.
Romulus,
It pops
yeah.
up Romulus, but it's actually in
But it's
Varick.
actually in Varick, right?
Yeah, so
right.
it's right there. I mean, anybody that lives around here understands what that is. But yeah, north of Ernsberger Road, just north of Ernsberger Road. You mentioned.
when we're open, we have a wacky inflatable tube man out there now, so you can. Tell
Okay,
when
so
we're
you'll
open.
be able to see it easy.
Yeah, look for the tube, man.
Look for the tube man on Route 89. Well, again, thanks, fellas. Congratulations on a year in business. I'm sure the next year is going to be even better, and good stuff in the future. If you can make barbecue like this, future is definitely bright.
Thank
Yeah,
you, appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Jim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Well, thanks for joining us today, everybody. We'll be back next Wednesday. If you enjoyed the show, click like, share, and subscribe. Until then, have a great spring weekend here in the Finger Lakes.